Well, good morning again, church. And a lot of these next verses kind of hit on things we've already mentioned, but we're going to be reading verses 7 through 10 of 1 John chapter 3 this morning, and we're going to talk a little bit more about some of those. So it starts off saying, "Little children, let no one deceive you. The one who does what is right is righteous, just as he is righteous. The one who commits sin is of the devil, for the devil has sinned from the beginning. The Son of God was revealed for this purpose, to destroy the devil's works. Everyone who has been born of God does not sin. Because his seed remains in him, he is not able to sin, because he has been born of God. This is how God's children and the devil's children become obvious. Whoever does not do what is right is not of God, especially the one who does not love his brother or sister." Now, obviously, we already addressed the idea of, he's not talking about that if you're a Christian, that means you don't sin. We still do fall into sin and we mess up. But the difference should be that when we sin and realize we sin, because that's the other thing that's hard for us to comprehend sometimes. We sin so often, we don't even realize it some of the time. So as our eyes are opened more to some of the sins in our lives, it bugs us. We shouldn't just be okay with the fact that we're sinning. We should want to change that because of how much we love the Lord, recognizing what He's done for us on the cross, and that He deserves every part of our lives. Meaning that we got to live out our faith in every part of our lives, whether that's when you're at home, alone, when you're in a group of people, when you're at the church versus when you're at a friend's house, wherever you're at, living out your faith. And that's crucial for Christians. But you'll notice at the end, he talks about this is how God's children and the devil's children become obvious. Whoever does not do what is right is not of God, especially the one who does not love his brother or sister. He's saying our actions and the way we live out our faith will tell the picture of whether or not we're truly living for the Lord. That's a pretty big responsibility for us. The fact that the way we live, the way we talk to people, that's what's going to really show where God's at in our list of priorities. He needs to be the top of that list. We can't allow for these other sins to get in and become something we tolerate. It shows that we put that thing above God because He's made it clear in His Word what we should and shouldn't do. So be praying again, God, open my eyes to how I can better reflect You to the people I come into contact with, how I can better live out my faith to every person. And that's something we have to constantly do because the reality is, as we live our lives, new things begin to take that priority spot, and we just have to continually make sure that we're setting our faith, that we're setting Jesus Christ as our number one priority.